Hello everyone, it's Shangya China here, back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be going over how China is saving Earth again. Now, one of the current issues that we've been having arise here lately is that, well, the world has discovered a new asteroid that could possibly hit the Earth by 2032. And if it were going to hit the Earth, it would basically have an explosion, basically that of like a nuclear blast, which would obviously kill many people, and possibly even in the human species. Now this asteroid here that we're talking about is about 40 to 90 meters, where that equivalent in feet is about 130 to 300 feet. So obviously this is a very big asteroid. It's very dangerous. So what China and President Xi Jinping has done, because obviously anyone that knows how Xi Jinping is, like if anyone studied Xi Jinping thought, or like the way that he thinks, they would know that he has the goal for humanity of common prosperity. And as we can see here with China creating a planetary defense force that will go after these types of issues, is proof of how China is trying to establish a plan on saving the Earth. Now, a lot of people are like, well, what's the plan? What's going to happen? Well, one of the plans, that's how we can speak, one of the plans is that China's planning on using a spacecraft to kind of like hit the asteroid and alter its path so that it would not hit the Earth. And keep in mind, this is by 2032, so we have about 8 years left, or 7 years left. So I believe that China will get it done. I believe that China will have the spacecraft, and I believe that they will hit the asteroid, saving Earth and saving all of our lives. So I think that we should all be thankful for China, all be thankful for President Xi Jinping for doing this. Because one of the things that's pretty ironic is that you see the United States always, like let's say like in the United Nations, or whether it just be, just anybody from the United States, always talking about human rights. They love talking about the human rights issues of different countries, whether it be like other countries' provinces or other countries, just like the people themselves in their country. They'll always say like, "Oh, this country's unfair to their people." All right, well, a lot of these issues are fabricated by the United States, meaning they're not true. Well, what we're seeing here is an actual issue of an asteroid possibly hitting Earth, which would be eradicating the human species, meaning that there would be no humans left. And here's China stepping up saying, hey, I'm going to solve this issue. I think that this is more important than any human rights issue that the United States has ever talked about, because this will save everyone's lives. And if we're being fair here, if we go off of statistics, China is one of the most free countries in the world, if not the freest. I mean, a lot of people talk about free speech issues, or they'll talk about different issues, but in reality, it's like if you live in the United States, there's a lot of issues that you can't talk about. Like let's say like you talk about what they call sensitive topics here in the United States, you can get canceled. People will be like, they'll fire you from your job for different things. So it's like free speech, let's say like in the United States, is like it's a very vague topic, meaning like it's uncertain. It just depends on the situation. Like let's say like if you're in the United States and you say something bad about another country, oh, the United States will accept that. Like in the United States, if you talk about what they consider sensitive topics, like whether it be like the LGBTQ or different organizations within the United States, they're not going to allow you to talk about them. They'll even cancel you and call you sexist or racist, or they'll have like lots of different terms for it. Like let's say like you go against Israel in the United States, that's not allowed either. So that's one of the main reasons why they want to ban TikTok, because from TikTok, a lot of Americans were able to learn a lot of different things about the United States, learn about a lot of different issues. And with TikTok, they were able to just understand so much, because how the algorithm worked is it gave everybody a fair chance to have their content pushed out. And it didn't just ban a piece of content because it was, let's say, against what the United States narrative is. So I believe that China is much more a protector of free speech than the United States ever is and ever was. And I think that's one thing that we all need to admit here. And then whenever you look at the quality of lives that people are living in China, whether it be like, I mean, think about this for example. A lot of foreigners, including myself, whenever you go to China, you won't see homeless people. Versus in the United States, I mean, there's homeless people in every single city. I mean, they're everywhere. So, I mean, that's a really big difference that you can see on quality of living. And it's like one of the things in China is that there's so many holidays for like going out with, like, let's say, like your girlfriend or going out with your wife, or your loved ones, your family. And like the Chinese are able to spend their money like going out to eat. Like nobody will go hungry in China. That's not going to happen. So everybody will have food. Everybody can have a good time. I mean the products are cheaper over there in China, and it's not that the quality is not good. The quality is really good. And I mean all the products that are used in the United States are mostly Chinese products. So it's like if people want to say, oh, but the quality's bad. It's like it's not. The quality's amazing actually. And that's why they have the Made in China 2025. So I mean, I think it's a common sense here that China's really doing a lot, not only for the Chinese people, not only for the Chinese stream, but for the world stream, for the world's people. And I think that, you know, everybody should give a fair chance to China. Understand China. Go understand real China. Because I know that a lot of people, let's say like in Europe or in the United States, or just like in the Western world in general, you know, before like these recent years, they probably did not even know who the president of China was, and now a lot of people do know after these recent years they've been learning about him. But I believe that people don't really have a fair opinion on him because what most people hear is just from different news networks like CNN, Fox, let's say even BBC. It's like they haven't had like a fair chance to understand like how he actually is. So I think that people should really do like some real research. And they don't even have to take it from me. They can just do like their own research and build like their like look at like some sources from China, look at some sources from different countries, not only the United States. You can look at United States sources. You need to look at Chinese sources as well. And you can understand from actual Chinese people. You can understand from other foreigners that have gone to the country. And I believe that you would have I mean, if you can go there yourself, that's the best. If you have the ability to go to China yourself and see it for yourself and being able to understand, I feel that that's the best way to go. Because there you can have a really fair opinion. I mean, there's been lots of cases of foreigners going to China having like a negative opinion towards China, believing that China is basically this country that's behind, or that China has these certain human rights issues. Well, whenever they went to China, they were able to find out, wow, China's this amazing. I mean, I feel like I'm in the future now. I mean, these Chinese cities with all the LED lights that they have on all the buildings, all the skyscrapers in China, all the different people, like what they're doing in China, the AI cars, the AI robots, I mean, everything. I mean, they were amazed. And I was amazed as well. I mean, I was always supportive of China, even before I went. But I mean, like a lot of people have gone to China, and they're like, wow, this was not what I was expecting. And then they became really, you could consider them a fan of China and consider them a friend of China. And I really believe that like one of the issues in the United States is that people they haven't gone to a second country. I believe that if people would travel more, if the United States citizens had opportunity, because it also is an opportunity, this goes on to living costs and everything. If they had the opportunity to go to other countries, let's say for example China, or let's say, I mean even Russia. I mean going to any different country, I feel that you would have a much more fair view on the world and on that country. And whenever you're having an opinion with somebody, I feel that you would have a much more respectable view and a much more respectable opinion because you've actually been there. But I'm going to end off the video here. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you.